Namaste everyone. I hope you're well. Welcome back to another session of Yoga with Reena. Today we are focusing on sitting and prone and supine. So I know last week we had our chairs. We're going to be using our mats, so returning to them today. So if I can ask you all to get comfortable and just be mindful of our health and safety. So making sure our clothing is comfortable and we've got enough space around us. No slipping, so socks off. And remember, the postures that we're doing shouldn't become painful at any point, okay? We want to give ourselves a little push and a little stretch, but not too much, okay? So if I can ask you to just sit in Sukhasana, if possible. If you're not able to sit like this, you can sit with your legs crossed or however is comfortable for you. And we're just going to sit with our chin up, our chest up, and palms facing up as well. So just closing our eyes and taking a few moments to come into the body and into the mind. Being nice and calm. This is your time to be still, your time to be relaxed, nice and calm. Making sure the back is up nice and straight, leaning into the hips, relax them, chin up. And starting off with some light breathing. When we inhale, we'll raise our arms and join the palms at the top, and when we'll exhale, we'll bring them down to the floor on the side. So if we just place our hands down, you can keep your eyes closed while we're doing this, and remember to spend more time on that exhale. So 3 times together. Inhale, keep that chin up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In. Ex. Just keeping the hands down on the side. We're going to do the same thing with our heads now. Just inhale, head up. Exhale, chin down. Inhale, right. And then to the left, exhale. And then ear to shoulder. Try and keep your eyes closed while you're doing this. We can enjoy the stretch a lot more. And then now hands on the knees. You can keep your shoulders up a little bit if you want. We're just going to do a full rotation. Yeah, of our head really slowly. Full rotation. If you want to drop the shoulders, by all means do so. Just go one round one way, one round the other. Very important to do the neck rolls nice and slowly. And then just do shoulders a couple of times forward and back. And nice and slowly, just open our eyes. Might be a little bit hard to sometimes if we've kept them closed, and especially if we've done some nice neck stretches. When we're doing our stretches, sometimes you can see that today's session is going to be quite slow, but we want to make sure when you're doing your breathing and you've got your eyes closed, you can really concentrate on the parts of the body that are tightening and that are loosening. So really just be mindful of that. Okay, now if we just cross our legs, just quickly work our hips, being twists from side to side, keeping our bodies up nice and straight. Good. And now, without touching our feet on the floor, we're going to just do a rotation and put them down on each side nice and calmly, okay? So you can keep your hands up for this, you can cross them over, you can put them on your shoulders or just keep them out, that's completely fine. But you want to make sure you lift them up together and you put them down together. Can you see they're not touching as well? Okay, and they're not underneath as well. So try not to do any of the slipping. Let's just go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Good, and relax. Now, just place those legs out in front and give those ankles a little wave. Good, and nice big rotation. You can feel the stretch as you do this, hopefully, on the shins as you do this and the calves. Now just change direction and just do the knees up and down. Now what I'm doing with my knees is I'm tightening them, letting them go, tightening them, letting them go. So just up and down, and this is a good practice for the quads as well, especially if they're feeling quite tight. They can get very heavy. So just hit those legs up. And going for one of my favourite things now, which is the crow walk, okay? So coming up at the side of our mat, anyone with any bad knees or any problems with your knees, just be very careful. You don't quite have to do this with your feet flat. If you want to do it on the toes like this, it's fine. So what we're going to start off by doing is just placing our hands on our knees. And remember guys, if you can't do that, use your hands. It's completely fine. What we're going to do is we're just going to waddle like a crow. Yeah, just going to waddle to the front of our mat. Don't want to overdo it too much. Okay, and then from here, just onto the toes and then down, onto the toes and then down. Okay, now really just shift your weight forward and back, and you should be able to feel the stretch come up the shins. Okay, now hands on the floor, and we're going to bring ourselves back in Dandasana. Yeah, Chaturanga Dandasana. We're going to kick our legs out and they must land together. Okay, so lift yourself up and kick. Nice straight line, and knees on the floor. And we can relax. So we're going to do a quick vinyasa. This is a collection of poses, so one flow, and a lot of these postures you'll know from Surya Namaskar as well. So a good way to start before we do our poses. So we're going to do Malasana, which is like a child's pose. Then we'll do Ashtanga Namaskar, and then we're going to do Bhujangasana. Okay, so from here, I want you to come into Malasana and just take that stretch forward. Try and get your chin on the floor, and try and do this with your bottom flat, yeah, against your heels. Now lift yourself up, no weight on the hands, the weight is on the knees, and bring those knees together on the toes. We're going to come down without letting our stomach touch the floor. So there's a nice big gap. Ashtanga Namaskar, okay? And then from here, we're going to slide up. And come all the way up, breathing in. And now, stay on the knees, and we're going to come back in Malasana. Like this, we're going to curve over. Now, you'll notice that my knees are now together. Yeah, so it's really important that your knees stay together. And if you're not able to, keep them open, but then keep them open for Ashtanga Namaskar, which is our second pose. Okay, so whatever is comfortable for you. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, back. So we're going to come up halfway, and then we do our exhale when our face passes our hands. Inhale, exhale. Last one, guys. Come on, make it count. Inhale up and exhale, and come back in Malasana and relax. So in Malasana, please make sure your elbows are on the floor. Take the weight off your hands. Keep your heads down and completely relax. Completely relax. Just feel all of that circulation come up to the head. Nice and slowly. Heads all the way up. Chest up. And just walk yourself forward and slide those legs around. And we're going to sit with our knees in front. Okay, so we're going to go for a rolling practice now. We haven't done that in a while, so it's really important that we're being careful when you're doing this. So this is Malasana, yeah? So in Malasana, which is the Garland Pose, we're going to be hugging our knees and we're going to go for a roll. But we'll start off with our hands on our knees, and then maybe we can do a hug later. It's very important that when you're doing this, you're not hitting your spine on the floor. There shouldn't be any separate sound, okay? So if you come towards the front of your mat and you just get yourself up, okay? If you're on your toes, you might have to use a little bit more of your balance, guys. But if you can get your feet flat, fine. Okay, now it's important to curve like a ball. We're going to curve over like this. Let the feet go, curve back, and get yourself up. Okay, now what you're doing here, hopefully when I did that, you wouldn't have heard me hit the mat. Yeah, my spine, my lower spine didn't hit the mat. So we're going to go for a few now. We're going to try and go for 3. Okay, and if you're able to, yeah, I want you to be very careful with your back. If you're able to, try and keep it silent. Yeah, and it's about trying to use your core a little bit to get you up. Okay, so if you're in this position, nice and calmly, and get your legs nice and high as well. Legs high, the spine rolls, and you can get yourself up. Try and do it silently. Here we go, number 2. And number 3. Good, well done. And we are going to relax. Now, some of you might have found that as you were doing this, your feet were actually getting really close to the floor, and that's completely fine, yeah? Completely fine. We want to make sure that we are stretching our legs as far back. And actually, the further your legs go back, the better you'll be, yeah, at swinging and bringing that momentum forward, yeah? Right, so we're actually going to have a go. I want you to come and lie down on your fronts now, okay? Everybody lying down on their front, legs apart, and just taking a little breather. So heads down, taking a nice deep breath in and out. And we're gonna have a go at Shalabhasana now, yeah? So in this posture, it's really important that we're careful. Anyone with any back problems, please don't lift both legs. And if you're able to, and if you're not, if everything's fine, then you can have a go at lifting both. But we'll try one each, okay? So let's take our hands and let's tuck them inside our thighs like this, okay? Inside our thighs. Keep your chin up. Keep your chin on the floor, keep your forehead up, and as you inhale, I want you to lift your right leg up without bending it and keeping all of the weight on the front of the body and on the top of the body. So really just lift it, hold it there. It's probably getting quite heavy. If you point your toe, it'll make it a little bit easier. Lift up. You can use your hand to push up if you want, and nice and slowly relax. Relax, keep those hands there, and just feel how charged that leg has become, yeah? Shalabhasana is really good for your back when you're doing this. Take a nice deep breath in. We're ready for the other leg. Inhale and lift. Good. Keep that weight on the chest, on the stomach. And if we're really focused, guys, you might be able to feel your pulse, yeah, on your chest, in your stomach as well. So just hold it there. Let the leg go higher. 3, 2, 1, and just relax. So just let the head go completely to the side. And we're going to prepare our body. We're going to prepare our minds for both of the legs together now. Okay? So here we go. Let's get the chin ready on the floor, and both of the legs are up. And actually you'll find that is actually harder with both together. Yeah, so keep that chin up. On the floor, keep those legs up. Here we go, higher. 3, 2, 1, and relax. And let the hands completely go, and just place your forehead down on the back of your palms. I'm just going to turn to the side, guys, so you can see me and hear me properly. But if we can have foreheads down like this, that would be ideal, so we're not straining the neck. Okay? So just nice and calmly, relax, take a little breather. In and out from the nose. Feeling all that weight on the front. Lying on our fronts is actually very good for the spine, okay? Very good for the back. And then just lifting our head. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to do Bhujangasana. So feet going to be semi-together at the back if you can, but kind of a mix, yeah, in between. So if I can ask you to bring your hands behind your back, but we're going to be lifting our head up, yeah? So lifting and pulling and sliding our arms downwards. So inhale and pulling all the way up, yeah, as much as you can. Push your chest out, try and come onto your stomach or off it even. Hold the pose, big smiles, 3, 2, 1, and now try and lift those legs up. Good, well done, almost like Dhanurasana. Now lift those legs as high as you can. Good, good, good. And exhale and relax. Whew, that was very challenging. You were holding all of the weight right where your pelvis was. Very good. So just close the eyes and the mouth and just take a nice deep breath in and out. Completely relax. And come onto the toes now. Bring yourself up. Pull yourself forward and nice and slowly sit all the way up. Good, well done. Now we want to reverse, okay? We want to we were on our fronts and then we want to finish supine, okay? So we're doing prone and supine today, so we want to finish on our backs. So making sure that we're nice and calm as we're doing this, being very careful in our poses. You can see I am sitting with my knees bent, trying to make sure as my back has got as much contact as I can with the floor. We're being nice and relaxed. So just let all of the circulation now come off the front and down to the back, okay? So just taking a nice deep breath in and out. And we're going to be going for a Bhujangasana, yeah? Or it's like a butterfly, but we're doing a kriya where we will be cleaning and flushing out any toxins from our abdomen intestine area, okay? So I want us to be enjoying this when we're doing this posture. So just as we would do the butterfly on the floor sitting, we're going to do the same as we're lying down. So can you see what I've done? I've brought my legs in and I've interlocked my hands, okay? Now what I want to do is I just want to hit my legs very lightly. Yeah, just loosen them up. And in a moment, I'm going to be lifting my head up, yeah? So lifting my head up and trying to touch some part of my face on my toes. But it's not going to work with your elbows inside. Your elbows need to come out, okay? They need to come out and you need to lift those legs up a bit. So rather than bringing them close to your thighs, you want to bring them off your thighs. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in and just take those legs and I want you to pull them and touch it to any part of your face. Yeah, so whether you can do your head, your nose or your chin, whatever you want to do, even if it's just there in front. We're really pushing and stretching out all of the inner muscles. Yeah, all of the inner muscles. Hold, hold, hold. Okay, hold the stretch, hold the stretch. Really enjoy, really enjoy. See how far you can get those toes. 3, 2, 1, and head down. Ooh, relax. Bring those knees in and just stay here just for a moment to let the legs recover. I'm sure the perineum inside of the muscles are all really stretched. Now that practice puts some nice pressure on our intestinal area, so it is good for any flatulence or any gas or anything like that. But more than that, it's very good for your flexibility, especially those muscles inside those thighs. Okay, now nice and slowly, I want you to lift your legs up. Any headache, migraine patients, I just want you to keep your legs nice and flat, and you can bring those knees in and bring your head in, that's fine. Everybody else who is able to, I want you to lift your legs up. We're going to do Hasta Padangusthasana. So I want you to try and curl your toes over. Now you can see my knees are not locked. They're just slightly bent. What I want to do is I want to try and climb up my legs essentially. Yeah, I want you to see how much of my legs I can hold with my legs straight. So how much, if I can hold the back of my knees, that's great, or the back of my calves, that's also great. Okay, you want to really, really have a go at going as high as you can. With your hands, I want you to try and straighten your knees and see what part you can hold, whether it's hamstrings, back of the knees, calves, ankles, or even your toes eventually. Okay, so really, really just hold the pose. Just lifting up, taking a nice deep breath in, and we're going to slowly let our right leg go. Yeah, slowly let the right leg go and just keep this leg up in the air. Yeah, nice and straight. So we want to have a complete right angle. I'm feeling the stretch all down the back now, yeah? And I've gripped my thumb, I've gripped my big toe with my index and middle finger. So really, really doing that nice stretch, nice big smile. Okay, taking a nice deep breath in and lifting the opposite leg up, just 90 or around 45 degrees, yeah? So up to 45 and really feeling that weight. Now you can really feel that weight on the leg, okay? Now we're going to bring that leg up and we're going to do a swap. So wherever you are holding it on this leg, I want you to hold it on the other and slowly press that leg down. And did you see what I did there? I just straightened my knee up. Yeah, so wherever you're holding, if you're holding your hamstring, calf, anything you're holding, that knee needs to be straight. Okay, really, really straight and nice, and slowly lift that leg. And I'm sure this one is feeling very heavy now. Why? Because the circulation has come all the way down. Good, so one is 90 and one is 45. Good, excellent. Excellent. And then lifting both up. Okay, and then bringing them right back down. One last touch with the toes on the head. Nice deep breath in and relax. Let those legs go. Good, well done. Quite challenging, that one, not as easy as it looks, okay? So just finishing our session, we're going to do our last posture now, okay? Now, this is a completely optional posture, guys. I want you to be very careful when you are doing this, okay? So we're going to do Chakrasana, but if you can't do Chakrasana, I want you to hold on to your ankles and I want you to do Kandrasana. Kandra is shoulder. So we're lifting our body up, okay, and we're coming onto our shoulders. So if you're doing Kandrasana, this is what you're going to do, okay? Try and keep your knees wide apart and keep your feet stable. And if you're doing Chakrasana, we're going to be doing the wheel pose. You're going to place your hands behind your head and you'll be effectively lifting your whole body up. Now let's not try and be heroes, guys. Let's listen to our body and let's get rid of all the negativity. I can't do that. God, she must be crazy. This comes with practice, okay? It really, really does. And even if you can't come all the way up, if this is what you can do, then by all means go for this. Yeah, this is on your way. This is a gradual process. It's on our way. So completely your choice. Now, I'll talk you through Chakrasana. But for those of us doing Kandrasana, you can hold your ankles now. Okay, and then when I say lift, that's when everyone can lift together. Okay, so hands down at the side. Be very careful when you're doing this. Know your body's limitations, guys. And we're just going to lift our hips. Okay, just take the hips off and put the weight on the top part of the back. Okay, and whenever you're ready, and if you are, you want to try and use the weight of your legs to push off. Yeah, and whatever you're doing, whether you're doing Kandrasana, if you're just lifting your hips off in Chakrasana, or if you're doing full Chakrasana, be comfortable. Big smiles, really enjoy all of that circulation coming up to the head. Nice and slowly, we're going to come down. Taking our time. And if you're in Kandrasana, you can just let your hips come down and just keep hold of those ankles. Yeah, nice and calm, really relaxed. And nice and slowly letting the legs completely straighten up. And legs apart, palms facing upwards. Just finishing with a quick relaxation. Mouths closed, eyes closed. Inhale and feel your stomach rise. Exhale. Relaxing the toes, soles of the feet, all the way up the foot, calves, shins, kneecaps, all the way up the leg, the knees and the thighs and your hips, back side and front side. Try and keep your body as still as a statue. Stomach, chest, all the way up your back, over the shoulders, down the arms, right into every finger and tip. Gulp your saliva, relax your throat. Relax every part of your face from the chin all the way up, nose all the way up, forehead, crown of the head, and weight, enjoying the weight of your head on the floor. And nice and slowly, without opening the eyes, just lift that left leg, bend the knee, and just turn onto your right hand side, making a little pillow out of your tricep. So we've been lying on our backs for a while now in those last few poses, so we want to make sure the heart is not getting shocked. Without opening the eyes, we're going to push ourselves up to a nice, comfortable sitting position in Sukhasana or Vajrasana if you want to. Sitting up nice and straight. Letting all the circulation run downwards. Just feel how good that back is. Those muscles are nice and relaxed. Finishing with 3 Brahmari bee humming sounds with our eyes closed and humming from the back of the throat with our ears blocked. So place the thumb lightly against the ears, don't push down until I say inhale, and lift the fingers to place them lightly on the eyelids / eyebrows. And when I say inhale, we're going to be closing the ears and humming for as loud as we can 3 times with your exhale. Here we go. Take a nice deep breath in. Finished, just place the hands down on the knees, chin up, chest up. You can gulp your saliva to relax your throat. And then just bring those palms in to rub your hands together. Lots of lovely energy inside our palms after all those poses that we did. And we're going to lightly cup the eyes. Open the eyes in the pitch black. Enjoy that darkness. We've had them closed for a while now, so we want to not injure them by squinting. So just as you blink, loosen the grip, and every time you lift, you're going to scan the eyes up, palm the forehead, stretch all the way up, up, and just pull yourself all the way out, and back. And nice big namaskar all the way up. Come on guys, show me some teeth. That's better. Good. And we're going to finish, remember, with positive thinking, positive speaking, and positive feeling in our hearts. So well done for today. I hope you enjoyed the session, and stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.